Hello, I'm here to take a look at the Bailey Pegasus GT65 Rimini, which is a flexible 4-berth caravan. Now, Pegasus GT65 is the third generation of Bailey's mid-market range. It was launched in February 2013 as part of the Bristol Caravan Manufacturers celebrations of manufacturing tours for 65 years. It's built using Bailey's Alutech construction method and it's skinned with tough GRP. It takes its styling cues from Bailey's premium range, the Unicorn. Now, it's narrower bodied than previous Pegasus by some 5 centimetres, but that has benefits on overall weight. It's lighter than it used to be, and it's also all single axle tourers are 1,500 kilos or less, which is a significant tipping point for which cars can tow them. It's certainly a striking looking van from the outside, thanks largely to that massive vertical opening sunroof. Other notable features include wet lockers either side of the van, up at the front, but curiously there's no gas locker at the front. Reason for this is that Bailey has moved the gas locker to the side of the van, just forward of the rear axle. It's done this to help reduce nose weight and to make for a better, more stable tow. Equipment levels are impressive and they include Michelin branded tyres with alloy wheels, security locking nuts and a portable wheel lock. It also has a wind down underfloor spare wheel carrier, which is pretty easy to access. It sits on an Alco galvanised steel chassis and is equipped with Alco's ATC and hitch head stabiliser as standard. The interior of the GT65 is really quite sleek and modern. I really like the neutral upholstery and the walnut veneer finish to the cabinetwork is attractive too, including a veneered panel surround to that opening sunroof. Now, with no gas locker at the front of the van, Bailey is able to recess the sliding drawers beneath a large ledge up front. As you can see, you still get the occasional table that slides out, but what you don't get is anything impinging on your leg room in this lounge area. So it feels like a really large lounge. You also get this fuse box for easy access here too. As you can see, that vertical window really floods the lounge area with loads and loads of natural light on site, and it has concertina blinds which meet part way. You can lower the upper one to reduce glare from the sun. You can raise the lower one like so for a bit of privacy on site. There's plenty of innovation inside the GT65 as well. Heating and hot water comes courtesy of Whale and is managed by this touchscreen wireless control panel. Also, Whale's space heater is mounted underneath the floor so it doesn't take up valuable storage space inside of the van. So on to the sleeping arrangements in the Rimini, which is where vans with a twin fixed single bed and washroom layout really come into their own. They're great for couples or for young families of 4. If it's a couple's van, the owners can choose to sleep separately in single beds or up front in that double. If that couple has young children, they can put those very young children in the double bed up front, and as their kids get older, they can put them in these twin single beds, so everyone's a winner. It's in the rear bedroom area where the slightly narrower body is a little bit more noticeable. The mattresses are a shade under 70 centimetres wide. The one on the off side measures 1.83 metres. On the near side it's 1.9 metres. So they're pretty good lengths for the average adult occupants. A separate concertina partition blind gives you a bit of privacy between the front lounge and the rear. There's lots of useful storage space underneath these rear single beds. On the offside, the Whale water heater is housed here, but otherwise there's loads of room. On the near side, you can see by raising the base, this is where the freestanding table is housed. There's also an external locker to access this space from the outside. While we're on the subject of storage, the Rimini has its wardrobe here in the rear washroom, which is fairly unusual. It does put the squeeze on this space a little bit, but it's quite a flexible washroom floor plan because the Thetford swivel head toilet is against the rear wall, which is quite unusual. It has a non-frosted style window, so you'll need to remember to draw down that blind for privacy. There's a decent sized basin and a really large walk-in shower cubicle with a large shower head. Up front, Bailey has abandoned pull-out slats in favour of a beech and aluminium slide-out frame to make up the double bed. Cushions are arranged to form a mattress without impediment from the recessed centre chest. The kitchen has a large preparation space, which is great news for keen cooks, and beneath that work surface you get your Dometic fridge freezer, which has a walnut veneered panel at the front to coordinate with the rest of the van. Let's take a look at the hob. It has 3 gas burners and an electric hot plate, has a separate oven and grill underneath it, and across the galley, which is plenty wide enough for a cook to manoeuvre around, you get a microwave oven sensibly sited at chest height. And that's above a dresser where you would likely site your TV for viewing from the front lounge. To sum up, the twin fixed single bed layout with and washroom is one of the most popular on the market today, and pretty much every UK caravan volume manufacturer has their version of it. Bailey's Pegasus GT65 Rimini has to be one of the single biggest selling models on the market at the moment. Now, it's a fairly interesting streamlined version and interpretation of this floor plan, and it has some interesting design features, such as moving the gas locker to the side of the van and building that L kitchen around it. You'll either love or hate its looks with that vertical front sunroof and its rather boxy rear end, but I happen to really quite like it.